Let us welcome the next speaker. The second speaker is Ms.Hana Kanada from Ritsumeikan University. She will deliver her speech under the title of The Bird in the Cage. Ms. Kanada, please come onto the stage and shout for New World.
Thank you, Master Ceremony, and honorable judges and questioner. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. The bird in a cage. He has been hid by men for years, and he doesn't know outside the world so much. He doesn't know large hills, rivers' colorless, beautiful flowers, and even the warmth of sunshine. His world is just in a house and in a small cage. To tell the truth, this battle actually represents my friends who study abroad together. When I studied abroad in New Zealand, many of my peers made groups of friends with other exchange students from Japan. They didn't try to get to know the culture of New Zealand or their way of thinking. Through studying abroad, I learned that people tend to communicate with almost the same people every day, and our behavior was kind of common throughout the world. In my opinion, this creates only a small circle of similar-minded people. They seem like the bird in the cage to me, because they don't know much about the outside world. Well, let me ask you one question. What do you at school? Who do you spend time with? Do you also stay in a cage like them? So today, I'd like to highly recommend that you try to communicate with foreigners, children, elderly people, and people of all different nations in order to widen your circle of friends and learn more about the world around you. First, most students do not tend to communicate with a variety of people. According to a survey of Hiroko Yoshida, a researcher at the Kawasaki University of Medical Welfare, 87% of students belong to a group and spend time together. Moreover, they tend to be satisfied belonging to a few groups, so they do not need to communicate with many people in daily life. In my friend's case, she and her friends always have lunch together, take classes together, and even her circle activities together. However, when you enter the workplace, you have to communicate with different kinds of people. So always spending time with the same people may create hardships for you, especially regarding communication. According to the Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare in 2012, 60% of Japanese adults suffer from stress at work, and that percentage is rising. This year, 41% of workers said they have stress from trying to communicate with a wide variety of people at work. In the worst case, a man suffered from having to deal with different kinds of people at work. Finally, he quit his job. The reason why he couldn't continue work was his poor communication. Why do we have difficulties communicating? Takekaze Hara, a professor at Ritsumeikan University, said that the reason is that we don't have many opportunities to meet people, especially when we were students. When students make friends in school, their groups of friends are usually from the same classes, so the groups are composed of people of the same age, and most likely, the same interests. In addition, we become content in this situation, so we encourage this behavior. However, among such a small circle in school, it's nearly impossible to have opportunities to interact with others outside your circle. If you belong to just a few groups, what happens? Surely, your very thinking will cause you to lose your chance to expand your world, just like the bird in the cage that doesn't know about the feelings of happiness from soaring in the sky. Today, in order to be a free bird that knows outside the world, I'd like to suggest that you do some volunteering. Takayuki Kitamura, NPO and volunteer coordinator says, when you volunteer, you can easily connect with a variety of people. Also, volunteering stands to improve our communication skills and you can learn new things from others. In Japan, there are many volunteer activities and you can easily find them on the internet, on the city hall, and other sources. Actually, there are lots of ways to volunteer cycle besides volunteering. I'm not here to say volunteering is the only way to do it. However, if you're beginners, if you don't have enough time, it is possible for you to do volunteer work. In my case, I went to a farm for the aged and talked with elderly people. They talked about their work experience, especially talk about the importance of eating food and how they lived this spiritually. I will not be able to hear those kind of stories from my gospel friends in daily life. So, after listening to their life story, I could feel just like the bird in the cage and started to fly outside the world. So I want to feel and know those kind of things. So I'm sure volunteering is that may create the opportunities for you to get out from your cage. Ladies and gentlemen, you should not be trapped in such a small world. If you get out from your cage, you can find a wonderful world that you would never know. So please, look around you. There are a number of people to help you expand your worldview. Why don't you communicate with people around you, starting from today? Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Kanada. Then, we'd like to move on to the question and answer session. Mr. Kusama, please.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Kanada.
Thank you.
So you said that the Japanese students in New Zealand get together with the Japanese.
Yes.
Why is it?
Because they talk with them. Why do you communicate with same exchange student, especially from Japan? They told me because we're nervous and we are not good at communicating with different kinds of people. I thought this is quite a serious problem because it is important to communicate with foreigners, especially study abroad in foreign countries. So, and also in Japan as well, and there are same situation in Japan. So today I made a speech from foreigners.
Well, that I'm not sure, because isn't it more comfortable for you to be with the people you like, with the people having the same hobbies and opinions rather than with the different people you don't like? It's more relaxing. So what's wrong with that? To be with same people?
Yeah, I'm not here to say communicate with lots of friends is not good for you, but I really want to tell you the importance to communicate with a wide variety of people, because when you're especially students enter the workplace, students have to communicate with different kinds of people. But recent students are not good at communicating, and moreover, our young workers quit his job through his poor communication. So I decided to make a speech about communication.
Well, you know, once you go into the real world, you have to face different people, you don't like, as I said, the people who do not share with you the same ideas. So why don't you get together with your group, the group of people you like during in your school days, and make friends, because you can't do that once you go into the world, rather than learning the different opinions of others. You know, I think you can really enjoy yourself talking with the people, sharing the same ideas.
Yes.
Well, what do you think?
Yes, sharing the opinion with groups of friends or get together groups of friends always is also important, because communication, we can have communication with groups of friends as well. But with a variety of people, we can get a new opinion maybe from them, especially who are living or grow up in a different environment. I think we should get the opportunity to communicate with a wide variety of people in community or I suggest by volunteering.
Okay, time is up. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kusama and Ms. Kanada. About 3 years ago, I decided to join my ESS club as to widen my capacity and get out from a small cage. However, one day, one question hit my mind. Why speakers deliver their precious speeches only in a cage of ESS? Speakers, this contest is one of the opportunities to express your precious opinion. So spreading a shout only in this cage is not enough. Please do not subscribe to deliver your precious voice only here. This is my shout. Thank you.